Think the world map you've seen your whole life is accurate? Think again. The truth is shocking, and once you see it, you'll never look at the map the same way. Today, we're exposing how the map has been Greenland looks massive on every map, but it's actually smaller than the Democratic Republic of Congo. Europe? It could fit inside Africa with room to spare. The map we've trusted is fundamentally flawed, a funhouse mirror that stretches some places and shrinks others. We're about to reveal the real sizes of countries using a tool that lets us drag them around the globe. The results will blow your mind. Get ready because we're diving into the 10 biggest lies the world map has ever told you. Let's get started on this journey to uncover the truth. Let's start with the most infamous lie, Greenland versus Africa. On the standard Mercator map, Greenland looks almost as big as Africa. But in reality, Africa is 14 times larger. Watch as we drag Greenland down from the Arctic. Watch as we drag Greenland down from the Arctic and place it over Africa. It barely covers a fraction of the continent. It's smaller than Algeria, smaller than the Democratic Republic of Congo. This single comparison shatters the illusion we've always known. The Mercator projection stretches land masses away from the equator, making Greenland look huge and Africa look small. Africa, straddling the equator, gets visually compressed. So next time you see that giant white landmass at the top, remember, it shrinks to its true size when you move it closer to the equator. The map has been downplaying Africa's scale for 500 years. This is one of the biggest lies your school atlas ever told you. And we're just getting started. Now let's talk Russia versus Africa. On the map, Russia looks like a beast, spanning 11 time zones, appearing larger than Africa. But in reality, Africa is nearly twice the size of Russia. You could fit Russia inside Africa and still have room for India, France, Spain, Germany, and the UK. Drag Russia down from the top of the map and watch as it fits comfortably within Africa's northern half. The Sahara Desert alone is almost as big as the United States. The Mercator projection inflates northern countries like Russia and shrinks equatorial regions like Africa. The map doesn't just show geography, it tells a story about who is big and who is small, and that story is wrong. Africa is the true giant. Let's compare South America and Europe. Europe looks huge on the map, packed with powerful countries and history. But how does it compare to Brazil? On the map, Brazil looks big, but not bigger than all of Europe. The Mercator projection makes Europe look larger and Brazil smaller. Here's the truth. Brazil alone is larger than the entire European Union. Brazil covers 8.5 million square kilometers. The EU, just 4.2 million. You could fit the entire EU inside Brazil and still have almost half of Brazil left over. We're showing it on screen now. So much rainforest still visible around the EU's outline. Europe may be dense with countries, but it's geographically compact compared to the giants of the southern hemisphere. A single nation can outsize a union of nations we perceive as enormous. Let's look at India and Australia. Many assume India is larger, but that's a misconception. Australia is nearly 3 times larger than India by land area. Australia 7.7 million square kilometers. India 3.3 million. You could fit India into Australia almost 2.5 times. Let's do the visual test. India fits neatly into just one portion of Australia. India feels immense. Over 1.4 billion people, a subcontinent. Australia, famous for its vast outback, seems comparable in size on the map. Australia isn't just a big island, it's a continent-sized country. The map hides this staggering difference. The land down under is a true giant. Africa's size is almost incomprehensible. Let's compare. The United States, China, and India look huge on the map. But Africa can fit all three and most of Europe inside its borders with room to spare. Africa, 30.3 million square kilometers. USA, China, and India combined 22.7 million. You can fit all three inside Africa and still have over 7 million square kilometers left, enough for Japan, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and the UK. We're showing this on screen, like a jigsaw puzzle, they all fit. This is the single most important takeaway. Africa is the true land giant of our planet. Its size has been systematically understated by the map we all use. It's time we see it for what it truly is. It's time we see it for what it truly is. The real scale of Africa changes everything. Canada looks like the second largest country on most maps. Its northern position stretches it out, making it look massive. But Africa is more than 3 times larger than Canada. Canada just under 10 million square kilometers. Africa over 30 million. You could fit 3 Canadas inside Africa. Drag Canada down from the Arctic and lay it over Africa. The difference is dramatic. Canada, once imposing, now looks like just a piece of the African puzzle. The map makes northern countries look huge, but hides the true giants near the equator. Let's compare the entire continent of Europe to Africa. On the Mercator map, Europe looks wide and sprawling, Africa tall but compressed. But Africa is over 3 times larger than Europe. Europe about 10.1 million square kilometers. Africa 30.3 million. You could fit all of Europe inside Africa and still have space left over larger than the United States. Watch as we place Europe over northern Africa. It fits neatly into the Sahara. Look at all that space left. Europe is just a peninsula of Eurasia, completely dwarfed by Africa. The map's distortion is undeniable. Let's zoom in. Japan versus California. Japan feels like a major country, 125 million people, a global superpower. California is just one US state, but it's huge. The truth? Japan is almost the same size as California. Japan, 377,000 square kilometers. California, 423,000. California is actually slightly larger. Geography doesn't care about political labels. A single state can be as big as a whole nation. Our mental maps are shaped by boundaries, not true size. Here's a surprising one. The United Kingdom versus Madagascar. The UK feels significant, but on the map it's not huge. Madagascar, off Africa's coast, is often overlooked. Most would guess the UK is larger, but Madagascar is almost 2.5 times bigger. UK 242,000 square kilometers. Madagascar 587,000. It's the 4th largest island in the world, and dwarfs the British Isles. You could fit 2 UKs inside Madagascar and still have land left over. Geography often defies our expectations. Why is the map so wrong? It's all because of the Mercator projection created in 1569 by Gerardus Mercator. His goal was to help sailors navigate, not to show accurate land sizes. The Mercator map stretches land masses more the further you get from the equator. Greenland, Canada, and Russia get inflated. Africa, India, and South America get shrunk. The map sacrifices area for accurate angles. For 500 years, we've used a sailor's tool distorting our view of the planet. Other projections show area more accurately, but Mercator remains the most famous. Understanding this is the key to seeing the world as it truly is. Now you know, the map we grew up with is a lie. The world is bigger, stranger, and more amazing than you imagined. Which fact surprised you most? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The true giants of our world have been visually minimized for centuries. Now that you've seen the truth, you can't unsee it. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next one.